Hi guys, so today's video is another Valentine's Day inspiration video, of course, since it's Valentine's Day. So here's the look we did on Muna. It's a very sexy look with bold red lips and warm red and gold tones on her eyes. And this time we're going to start with her eyes. First thing I did was her brows. We threaded her brows off camera, so now I'm just filling her brows in to make them look a bit fuller, but still soft. This shade is dark brown, and as you can see, it's a brown that is actually lighter than the shade of her brows. So it's going to make them fuller, but just a little bit softer. I really like this pencil. I think it's a decent dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow definer, especially on a budget. It's a really good dupe. Next off, we're cleaning up her brow shape now with stick foundation from Black Opal in her own shade. So not lighter than her skin tone, but her actual skin tone. Clean up, blend that out, and then we're jumping right in with eyeshadow primer. And this is the eyeshadow base from NYX in white. I'm applying that and blending it throughout her eye area. And then we can jump in with eyeshadow. The first one is from Anastasia Beverly Hills and it's called Blazing. Blazing is a warm kind of rusty brown. So it's brown, but it's red based. So it has a lot of redness to it. And I'm applying that in her crease with a large fluffy brush from Sephora. Then with a blending brush from Delium Tools, I'm just blending out the edges of the red. On her eyelids, we're applying AMC Shine eyeshadow from Inglot, and I'm just tapping that on right into the base. This is a very pretty gold shade. It's hard to describe, but it's one of those shadows that kind of looks different on every skin tone. I'm doing a lot of tapping because I want it to be very intense. It is a really pigmented eyeshadow, but I really want it to come off intense anyway. After I'm done with the lid, I'm blending the crease into the gold now because I want it to be really, really well blended. Then I applied some highlighter from Hourglass on her brow bone. Then back in with a large fluffy brush from Sephora to blend out the edges into the transition color. Next, I lined her upper lash line with Color MV eyeliner from Jordana. As always, I like to build my wing, so I start gradually and just keep going till it's as thick and as dramatic as I want. We went a little closer to the dramatic side for this one. On her waterline, another one from Jordana. This one is their 12-hour made to last liquid liner pencil. It's just a really soft pencil for your waterline. Now I'm intensifying her crease with some brown shadow, also from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this one is called Hot Chocolate. For her lashes, we're going to double up her lashes. So the very first pair I'm applying are 747 Longs from Amazing Shine. We're doubling up human hair lashes to give an almost mink effect. So first the longer pair, and then right on that I'm applying 805 from La Creme. And together, they make magic. Doubling up human hair lashes is a great way to create that wispy effect you get with mink lashes, but on a budget. Then some mascara from Maybelline to push her own lashes into the falsies and make that under lash area really dark, because normally you get some eyeshadow and stuff on there and it does not look nice. So mascara helps to make that area really nice and dark. Some Hot Chocolate on her lower lash line, and we can move on to her face. So I already primed her face with Milk of Magnesia for long wear, and now I'm applying Mary Kay Medium Cover Foundation all over her face. This is, of course, her own shade. So I'm applying that with a beauty blender all over her face, and I'm just patting on to build coverage, to cover. She has lovely skin, but patting on is going to help me to cover all her imperfections pretty quick. Once her face is covered, I'm going to go in with the highlights, and this time I'm using a lighter shade of the same Black Opal stick foundation, and I just tapped that on to the center of her face, blended it out into her own shade. Last thing I do after highlighting is smooth over under the eyes. Make sure it's really, really well blended, and then go in and set. And I set her under eye with RCMA No Color Powder. You already know. I set her contour with Sleek Makeup's contour kit. This contour kit is my MVP. Come on, it's been around for years, way before every other brand and their twin sisters came out with their own, but it still works really well and it's still really affordable. Next, I set the rest of her face and just kind of blended the highlights and the contour and everything else in nicely with mattifying powder from Zaron. Her blush is from Fashion Fair, and this is in the shade Plum Riche. Blend, 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 and we're moving on to her lips. I filled her lips in with matte lipstick from Jordana, and this one is in Red Cherry Cake, and I'm using a dagger lip brush from Delium Tools. This brush is fantastic. Next, some finishing touches, so more highlighter under her brow bone, blend that in, some highlighter for her face right on top of her cheekbones. Make sure you blend that in so the blush, the highlighter, and the contour kind of become one. Then we curled her lashes because they were a bit droopy before, and we're all done. Very sexy and seductive. She loved it. I did too. We were going to switch the lip to something softer to make her more comfortable, but after wearing this for a bit, she loved it too. So that's it, guys. Happy Valentine's Day. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will catch you next week. You can find more from us on the blog, Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter.